marketing across education and banking, culminating in our role as team lead external communications at Union Bank of Nigeria. Bold, imaginative, and purpose-driven, Bukola is also a career coach, helping professionals make sense of their career. Okay, career trajectories, but I'm not seeing this trend. And rise to the peak of their careers. She holds a BSc in Mass Communication, an MBA from Business School Netherlands, a Toastmasters leader, a corporate event compare, a game master, and was named among Galileo's 30 most influential women. So let me give you a background to how I met her. Very good. It's not funny, but it's part of life. So it's part of life. I shared my story earlier about how I pivoted from engineering to communications. How I had all the skills and how I transitioned. All I did was just the technicalities to pivot from engineering to management. Right? So while gathering my technicalities, I made that. That was 2 years ago. I can't believe it's 2 years now. So I took a training at Orange Academy, one of the best training institutes or academy in Nigeria. Yes, yeah, because I was recommended by a top colleague at my organization. Like, oh, these guys are very good. So I'm like, okay, let me give it a try. And to be honest, I really enjoyed my stay and the whole training. So that was how I met her. We were classmates. Yeah? So we were classmates, and something stood out for her with me. So I'm drawn to people that get to see people do well in their careers. There was this time we talked about what we do, and you mentioned that when you ask questions during lectures, I was like, this woman, I need to get to know her well. And thank God we got connected on WhatsApp. I think she saved my number first before I don't save number first. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. So she saved my number first. I think then I had something to do together, and then I had to save her contact. Like, okay, this woman, she's someone that you need to connect with. And I'm not going to lie, when I go through her status gives me this motivation. Like every day when I get to see her status, because that her status not intimidate negatively, she intimidates me to get better. Yes, she does. So this is the first time she's hearing this from me. So when I look at her, I'm like, I want to be like you. I want to be like you when I grow up. So it's an honor having you here with us. And you know, as well, people are joining. Exactly. And we are actually training one person to train more people. So we know that this is going to be there's going to be a ripple effect from this conference. Yeah. Right. So thank you very much for honoring our So our focus for this session is Reset to Rise, how sharing our stories, how we rose from that phase or that point where we were like, I think I need to reset. I need to get better. I need to do better. Not like people get better. I need to do better. What I'm doing now is not it at all. So my first question is, should I? Yeah, that should be my first question. So where was that point where you were like, no, you have to do a reset? Like no, this is it. I don't want to be a mediocre anymore. I just want to reset it and start all over again and go over the odds.
Okay, can you hear me? Thank you. All right, so good evening, everyone. Yeah, so first of all, I need to address the fact that don't see yourself where you feel. You know few. And I'm not discouraged, I know what I'm saying. Yeah. But the fact that you're here, I see you as people that the level of discipline, to be here, especially on a Saturday, right? So yes, we are not here because we represent generations and I know to have requirements. Sorry, Judy, before I go into what you asked me, do I look tired? I don't tired. That thank God the makeup works. The makeup works because yesterday was a very long day for me. My MD and chairman went to visit the executive governor of Lagos State. And by nature of what I do, I had to be there. So that was in the afternoon. In the morning, I was in the office. I came back to the office. We went there. I came back again to the office. And from there, there's one of my stakeholders that they were doing their dinner and award at Toronto. And I had to be there. And I left there past 9 yesterday. So I got home quite late. So exhausted and tired. And all of this we try to answer the questions. As early as 8 or something, go back to the house. So when you called me that, we are starting late, I said, God, thank you. Maybe I can sleep a little because I feel so tired and exhausted. Now, how did this story relate to what the question you asked me? At one point that I had to be reset. I'll say, by virtue of how I grew up, my background, I mean, that is girl, I'm the only girl, it's quite complex. I'm the first child of seven, and I'm the first. So you couldn't afford to be like every other person because I know I'm laying examples, I'm creating standards. So how did I know it's time to recess? By virtue of my spiritual gifts, in case I'm sounding spiritual for you, please forgive me. And I know when it's time to pivot. There are seasons in life, not just seasons of the rainy season, Harmattan season, the dry season. Those are seasons. I mean, as individuals, there are seasons in life. And you have to be sensitive to know when you're changing season. You said that change season. Yeah, when I really said that about a year ago, I knew you had changed season because the kind of things I look up for are no longer the things I want again. For instance, now I have a big circle of friends. I'm very particular about certain people. I look out for certain skills. I look out for certain connection between us, right? So I know when to reset based on the aspiration of the goals I have. It made me notice something. I didn't know their names, and I like to call names as I talk so that we can engage each other. So let's start from the back, conventional way. So I'd like to read your name or what you do. Yes, you do. At the back. Yes, you. Yes. Ola, okay, what do you do? IT professional, which area of IT? IT infrastructure. IT infrastructure. Oh, nice to meet you, Ola. Okay, your full name. Yes.
Okay. My name is Victoria.
Okay.
I'm HR professor.
Oh, my teacher. Okay. Okay, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Victoria. So, Olamide, Victoria. Yes.
My name is
Bukola.
Bukola.
Oh, wow, my name is nice. Okay, how do you do? Oh, nice. Nice to meet you, Nipsey. Okay, next person, the lady in white. Yes, please.
My name is Wakiko Adelia.
Don't walk in, go.
Yes.
So what's the importance? No, I like the name.
Child is greater than
I know there's a goal in there. Walk in.
I work with them.
Oh, oh, beautiful media manager. Like 6 years. Yeah. She said, well, all right, please. Yes, baby.
My name is Olawuchipo Ayola.
Olaoshi. Ayola. What is it?
Mad.
Okay, I like to know start. Okay, I like to know some other time. Why you
I start because I love mathematics.
numbers?
Yes, I love maths and I like I like making sense out of figures. Like if I like making sense out of.
I get you, don't worry, I get you. There are certain correct about that. You can touch out, but it's not what I want. Yes, basically. Let me use a good idea. I like her. Please go ahead.
My name is Oluwatomilola.
Lamdala. I like the way you smile. Please go ahead. I used to teach like for 1 year, basic 2, so it was a living hell.
Because they are minimal.
Yeah,
You still have to be correcting them. Don't do this, don't do that. This is how you write, this is how you read.
sure.
But later I corrected to this.
Oh, beautiful. So for me, I thank you. For me, I got basic 2. So when I graduated from uni, I got this scholarship from Facebook. But before I got that scholarship, that was when I thought. The same way I thought before I went to uni, I worked as an administrative assistant to the principal. I was also doubling as a part-time teacher if the teacher is not available. Imagine a PA to the principal, private school with students. So I'll do that, and when I got admission, I went to uni, and when I graduated, NYC at that time wasn't available, so I had to up with MKB. So NYC then wasn't available. I'm very restless. Listen, I hate to be idle. So I spoke to a friend. I spoke to that principal that I left. That's like no more bridges. And I spoke to him that okay, now I'll finish uni and I'll like get something to do before going to NYC. I said, okay, your job is no longer available. There is a vacancy in basic 2 assistant. There's a vacancy in basic 2, and if you can do it, I've never thought in my life. And when I thought like professional, like students, I didn't have any teacher, training, blah blah blah. That's why I accepted. I know you're coming to review, introduce yourself. I just want to make sure that I'm not the one talking today. And that was I found myself in basic 2. Teacher, teacher, just sleeping. Teacher, that said, I said, Jesus Christ. Can you guys just, it's my break period. Just walk or break and leave it alone. But I would say that's one of the most fulfilling areas of my career. I look at pictures of children, and I am happy. I know now they are grown compared to when they were in basic 2. But so teachers, you guys didn't know. I didn't know what I did it for 9 months, and like 90 years. Trust me. Basic 2, primary school, primary school. Well done. Yeah.
My name is Oluwa. My name is Oluwa.
Oluwani, if you God has something to ask me.
Reference to my reference to the when Jesus was telling us about St. John, he told them that they asked them as the Lord asked.
Oh, Garema. Okay.
Right now, I'm learning from Right now, I'm trying to work on Zen. I recently just completed 7 certifications.
Where do you work?
I resigned from the job I'm most already.
What is in the bank?
I used to work at the bank.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
Okay.
Right now, I'm Golden Brown. I applied as a CRM. Then they gave me a role of CSR, which was not bad. I mean, it's still customer relationship. But I realized that the company has that structure, no operations, no working option in the field. And it just basically it's zero structure. I mean, why would you do a CSR which is two? I'm being serious. It's two. I sit on the store for 8 to 6. I'm telling you to customers, CSR are meant to use that. Most of them try. They use WhatsApp as a means of taking contact. For a brand that has 12 years and over 2,000, which means that WhatsApp will lag. As a matter of fact, when I left, WhatsApp crashed. And they got the till I left because they don't know who registered and the flag structure.
Okay, hold on, let me make it well. Say, who can address it? You can ask me certain questions. Move on now. Okay, you're talking about it. So I'll say it's a massive opportunity for you to use experience. One of my colleagues in my office, why in Nigeria? She was trying for several years trying to conceive. By the time God gave it was. So the opportunity came. She was in Nigeria, the company from Malta reached out to her customer experience. She was specifically in customer experience design. And from there, she did an interview last year, middle of last year. Blah. She's in Malta. She got to Malta and she went to hospital for a checkup. I'm like, oh madam, we think you can't go. Do you understand? And before you know, I think a week later she gave birth. Now, I'm first connected to how God used her career to make sure that she went to a country that giving birth to those 4 children will not be like you're waiting someone there's no oxygen for it. Do you understand? So positioning, there's power in positioning, and you have to have foresight into what there's a level of understanding and insight that you need to broaden your horizon so that you don't limit yourself. So you can while you're also doing this, I like you to your own time, see how you can spread your wings. Careers that will be very relevant in the future. Now, AI is not over exaggeration. So people truly, if you don't upskill and aggressively and strategic, some people will be relevant. But that's not decision. Come back. Okay, nice to meet you, Luani. Now that we are having this my name is Nadine. Yes, Luani Molami, God had them talk to my girls. I am the seed of Abraham. Yes, seed. Yes, I like to meet you.
My name is Olatunbo Fake.
Olatunbo. Okay.
Yeah. I'm a professional photographer.
Yes, you're a professional photographer. I love the way you introduce yourself. So who said I'm a photographer? I love the way you are. This is my class. That's nice. Thank you. Okay, Uncle. Yeah. You that you're pointing to someone, it's not the one you want. When you walk, remember? I like to get to know, in case I'm using your time. No problem. I can reach out to you if I reach out to you. Nice to Where do you work? Is an interior designer?
Yeah, basically. As a staff,
Wow. You have assets here. Okay, Uncle, finally, you please. Yes, sir. Smile. Frown. Please go ahead.
Okay, my name is Blessing.
Blessing.
Yes, also known as Lord Blessing Blessing.
God bless my soul.
Don't Blessing Blessing.
Okay, I want to
Or you can say that
Barakat.
describe it.
Barakat. That's my younger sister's name. Yeah, I also have a Muslim. That's the conversation for today.
I'm a visual designer and I have experience cut across marketing, branding, and design
Oh,
basically.
nice. I haven't tried. I've never tried yet. Finally. All right.
Oh yeah.
When I remember my tribe in brand management and so on, not like you. All right. I'm so glad to meet everybody. This is the environment I actually like. So, resetting is about you knowing when it is time to move on. You knowing that I have to. Just like your phone that is malfunctioning, you have to set the phone. So you know when to reset, when you know that whatever you're doing is not giving you results again. One. You know when to reset when if you're a Christian, if you're grounded in God, your spirit will bear witness to it that it's time to change seasons. You know when to reset when your current aspiration is outdated. You no longer feel fulfilled. What you used to do that makes you feel on top of the world. Now you do them and you're like, okay, all I can do. What is that? Reset. When you need that, what I have now is no longer what I need for the future. And that cuts across not just my career, every aspect of life. Friendships. There are some friendships, you have to do friendship research. Yes, it might be hard. You have to do friendship research, career research, relationship research, situationship research. You have to do knowledge research. Research is not just what I want to do for career, it's across everything. So, I'll answer. Okay.
Yes, you did. People wait. So you got into the next question, but so in your journey about you mentioned something about you say you don't want to you have to like lay that foundation for you or those coming there, and were there points where you got stuck in the journey, and how were you able to navigate that phase? You know, there are times that I will get to a point and be like, you know, I just have to go back. I'm not doing this any longer, and I don't know. The energy just comes and I don't want.
Your question just in a sentence.
So, how do you when you feel stuck? How in the journey? How did you navigate that phase?
Okay. Very good question. So before I went to Union Bank, I started working about, I think this is my 1 year and 6 months anniversary in the banking sector. So I used to work in a multinational executive educational institution, Business for Netherlands, where I get my MBA. I worked there for years. So I moved from, working from primary and secondary school institution. I went for my Facebook scholarship, where I learned digital marketing. I worked with different brands. I worked with different advertising agencies, Inside, Yogone, and so on and so forth. So this Business to Netherlands, right, was as a product of doing the Facebook scholarship, and they placed me there for internship. So when I got there for internship, honestly, our artist section say that wasn't because I wanted to go into advertising agency. I'm a very, very calculated person. So like from Digify, I did Digify, I don't know if you're part of Digify. I did Digify for the digital marketing training. And I wanted to go to advertising agency so that I would get the raw understanding and knowledge to communications and advertising. Then from there I can pivot. So when the representatives of different advertising agencies and organizations came to where I was doing my digital marketing training to the interview, at the end of the day, the organization that really went the extra mile that said they wanted me was Business School Netherlands. And they were looking for an intern or an associate to support their social media efforts because the person doing it was doing it in addition to her main job. She wasn't really doing it all out. And I went there, I'll say that when I would go to social phase and I saw the people going to advertising agencies, I cried because I thought I said for color, am I not brilliant? Is it that these agencies I don't have what I need? I feel bad. So I spoke to the program of the financial color. I need you to see beyond what you're saying today. If you go to business leaders, there are massive opportunities for you. They have a Toastmasters club. Have you heard of Toastmasters before? Anyone here? Yeah. Have a Toastmasters club. It's helping to help you with your communication skills. They have a business school that you can later on start your MBA. They also have, you get the opportunity to do your MBA, and the quality of people that are coming to business in the Netherlands MBA. Quality people, they are the boss of the bosses because your quality of network will be massive. So when your mates are working towards looking at people at the top to be their mentor, you are seeing them coming to school. They are calling you on the phone. And she tried to convince me, and I know the business. So now to your question, when did I now people want to know that you have to be getting what's that? It wasn't challenging for me again. It became routine, and I ate routine. I ate it when I come to work every day. I do the same thing, like plug and play. No creativity needed, no extra. I am that restless. So that was when I knew that it was time for today, because I wasn't learning anything new. I wasn't growing past. I thought I was doing my MBA, but knowledge-wise and opportunities-wise, based on what I need for my future, based on what is at the peak of my career, it wasn't adding value to it again. Secondly, I didn't ask it because there was just in my spirit, there was just this restlessness that color you are not in the right. You are no longer in the right place. It used to be the right place for you, but now you're no longer in the right place. And finally, the organization felt so small for me for my growth. Where I used to see it, when I first came in, there were so many things I could explore and do. At the point my skill was going to meetings with the international board members, they would tell me to use a very massive Mac computer. I would tell people I want you to be behind you. I don't want them to know you're here because it's supposed to be a very, very privileged meeting. However, I want you to take note of what they are saying. I want you to take note of what I'm saying to give you recommendation. My sister, I was just about 4 years into the organization when that kind of thing happened. There are some people that it take them 20 years to be that kind of meetings. So I'm graced by God. I am especially as a person. So if I'm hearing that's me. However, the meetings when he was so what do you think? I was trying to give me the one down and the what we can do, what should we do. Because in the meetings, they were asking certain things, they would look at me and know what's in the paper. I'll see the paper saying this is what you should respond to them. And at the end of the meeting, and like that. So now I've tested the high and low of the organization. The low of doing the most smallest things to the high of being in the meeting, the board meeting with my CEO. These are the final. So I knew again there was no growth opportunity on my career goals now. So because if you don't have an aspiration,
you won't even know whether having or her is the right place to go or not. So that was why I did, because I wasn't there anything and I wasn't doing it.
Thanks for that insightful one. I know I've been in your shoes. I remember, like, at my previous piece of work, everything wasn't just aligning again. That, like, I knew that my time was up. I was enjoying it, pay wise, not bad, but I wasn't growing any longer. Same thing, like, over and over again. Like, I just had to move, and thankfully, this opportunity just came, and I pivoted. So I can read. We can read. So yeah. So going straight to the next question. So I'm moving away from career now. So from your bio, you're a professional coach.
Yeah.
You coach young professionals, especially in the career space. So we're talking more about research and supervise. So when you want to research, are there questions you need to ask yourself? Like, okay, these questions you need to ask to be sure that you're actually ready for this research. So can you just share some of these questions with us?
Okay, so I'll just share something memorable for you. And it's popular because it's the 5 W's and H. The 5 W's and H is, first of all, Olumide, the person you were 5 years ago, is it the same person you are now? Why? You are grown, beautiful. So the first question you need to ask yourself, the 5 W's and H. So the 5 W's is what, where, who, and number, and the H is how. So the first one is who, which is you. Who am I? It might sound generic, but trust me, there's a lot to uncover about yourself. So the first question is, who am I, and who do I want to be? Right? So the next is, what do I need to be to, who am I, who do I want to be? One. Second is, where am I and where do I need to be? The third is, what do I need to do to be where I want to be so that I can be who I want to be? I hope that it's not as bad to perspire. It's very, very practical. When you have your time, just sit down. They are very, very reflective questions. Who am I? The who question. The where question, where am I now? And where do I want to be? Right? And the what question. So the what question is, what do I want to do now? What do I have to do now to be where I want to be so that I can be who I want to be? Now, it's so unfortunate that we now have a lot of young people. When I mean young, I'm not a young person, don't worry. Is that we don't like to pay it forward. Some of us are now so lazy. I have 6 siblings. And I'm talking from experience of who you drive. I used to remember the first non-fiction book I read was Discovering the Potential of Your Purpose by Miles Monroe, the late Miles Monroe of West Memory. And remember then, even when I was in secondary school, I started reading that book when I was about. I started reading books like that. I thought I was about 15. Nobody told me on my own. And I'll read the book in 1 week. I'll because I go from a friend. I'll return. Even though it's 300 pages, I have targets. I want to read it as much as I want to read it. I'll return and all of that. So, in getting to where you want to be, you have to pay the price. You can't, they said, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the best definition of insanity. You can't aspire and want to be so and so in Kufa, whatever name you think, and you want to be spending Netflix, you want to be spending 10 hours on Netflix per day, you want to game a lot. Yes, I watch football and Real Madrid for another Madrid, even though they are not impressing me at the moment.
I feel like
At least I have 50 Champions League anyway. Okay, so I've mentioned about the who, I've mentioned about the what, I've mentioned about the where. Now the why is, why do I need to be this? One of my why is that at the first of seven and at the first period of seven, there's a lot of pressure I put myself under to set the right example. Now, if my brother does something stupid, forgive me for using the word stupid, or my younger sister, I can tell them, did you miss that from me? Have you ever seen me do that? I could say that authoritatively
Because
because I knew that
I went the
I
extra mile,
wanted,
to be the standard for them. So why do you want to be where you are? Okay, God, you give me nations as the prize, like to quote it. Nations as a prize, continent as the present. Give us nations, give us nations. What nations? You know, we don't play like today, I was so tired. I was so tempted to call Jide and not call it again. I just kept on telling Kola, he is not able to hold on to much. You give your word, give your word. I kept saying to myself, I was saying to myself, I kept saying, so when I was telling you, it's not so many things, so many temptations that I have to come past to care. So why do you want God to take you there? Why do you want to be in that position? What do you want to achieve? Most of you down because they want to inspire and grow people. Yeah, why is because that my ex-boyfriend, you know that you make me feel like the people of his life. Yes. In teacher marketing matrix, right? Why do you want to take you there? Why do you want to be there? Who are you trying to impress? Yes, but if you have a genuine why, I recommend you to start with why. I read a lot. I recommend this against you. Why do you want to be there? Why do you need this thing? No, you want to make you suppose so bad. But don't make it your first. Why do you want to be in that place? Is it that you have people that look up to you? Is it that you saw certain things in your world that you believe that there are certain positions? So why? Then the vanity metrics was that I can do only I'm not saying as a Christian, it's just very the right kind of right? But again, your why certain things. And I think what another thing I've mentioned, I really want to know why. When? No, this when is very important. When is not just about the timing. When is important, just make sure when did I know I had to be God. You must understand when and be sensitive to when. Yes. You must understand when do you need to do some certain things and you need to be sensitive to the when. So again, and the how do I go about these things? After answering all those questions, how do I go about getting there? So you have to make plans and certain things and other things I need to do. So I hope it's answered. Is it?
Yes.
I just say yes.
Yes. Okay. So this next question is our realities as young professionals. The country we find ourselves, we tend to do even terms financially, like financial advisors, have multiple streams of income. And some of us, we have more than one streams of income.
Okay, correct.
Right. So when when we are getting overwhelmed, when or how do we say no? So some opportunities will still come. So how do we say no to some opportunities when we're overwhelmed? And what
Is the opportunity as per cycles? When are you asking when do I know I need to stop taking certain cycles?
Yes.
Right.
So that's the next question. Is very nice thing.
Yeah, because I work in an organization whereby you all want to work outside what you are doing for the bank.
More likely.
But in realities again, like you said, might not really encourage people to
want to go outside of the company policy. But at the same time, bills, that's one of the things of being an adult. Of all things I enjoy being an adult, I don't enjoy the bills. Yes, I do enjoy the bills. Considering the number of siblings I have, I don't enjoy the bills. However, so when do you need to stop? Number one is safe. When you are taking side hustles that is not advancing your career, aside money, it's not adding any extra value. It's not as if you can put it in your CV. And if you are doing side hustle, let me give you this for free. If you are doing side hustle and it's relevant to what you do, it's relevant to your career, please, when you're giving another organization, don't put it in your CV. As someone that works in a bank, that's working in a bank, and I used to work in a multinational before now. As someone that also been on different interview panels, when I see your CV and I see that outside of work, you also put in your CV that I have other side also. Yes, they might make you very brilliant, very experienced, but shows me that you can't be trusted. Take that from me for free. Can't be trusted. It shows that I give you this job. I know it's good, it's made you very grounded. At the same time, in my head, I have to be selfish with I'm recruiting you to do the job of the organization. I should expect you to do it 100%. Right? But at the same time, I will also say that you should know when to stop and when to know what not to take. Don't overly stretch yourself to the extent that you don't have a me time to yourself. You're always on your laptop. And that's one of the things I have about techie people. So you see techie people, this is very cycle. Let me just put it in 1 minute. Is that why most techie people will never go beyond where they are is that they don't have soft skills, they don't have relationship skills. You are always glued to your laptop, coding, playing games online. That game part. Playing games, serious one. Morning to night. On weekend, I'm supposed to be sleeping. This is you play games. If you are not playing games on your laptops or your desktop or your phone, you are watching football, which is not bad. But at the same time, most techies are the backbone of every thriving organization because those organizations rely on your solutions and architecture. But how many, if you take away the likes of Amazon and the main techie companies, if you take away that, every other company that is not techie, the FMCGs, the Dangotes, the Coca-Cola and all of them, how many techie person have you seen be their CEO? At least someone to answer me.
Not for now. No.
Why? Do you know why? Do you know why? Huh? The reason is that most technical skills have technical skills, but they don't have power skills. Power skills is not political skills. Power skills is soft skills. When technical people come for meetings, they only talk about their solutions, talk about their collaborations with the product development stage. They never contribute to how did this solution increase our profits? How does this solution make us better? How does it boost our brand image? You need to be more interested in just building the solution. You need to leave your desktop, your laptop during working hours, during break hours, talk to another person. But it's just tech growth. I don't have Woody here. They just come, all these guys, and I do like it. I'm fine. So it's just business. Sorry, there's a bug I have to, there's a bug I have to fix. And that's, you can't grow that way. Not just techie people, any career person. People call it soft skills. That's why I think they don't know the value. It's power skills. There's this book I read, I've forgotten the name of the author. It's titled What Got You Here Won't Take You There. Please read it. So what got you here won't take you there is this book that tells you that your technical skills got you here. But you need soft skills to get you there. Your technical skills opened the door. You went through interviews. They told you what you have to do. You show that you are technically good at this thing. But when you enter, what you need is more than soft skills. Someone should please tell me the name of the CEO of Google. Nobody knows. But if I mention Facebook, you know, I mean, let's walk around someone that you know name. Have you seen Mark Zuckerberg and interviews? Have you seen the way he command words? I'm not saying it's 100% good, but the guy had to go out of his way to learn relationship and relational skills. So that once again is bonus. So the question you asked me is about you knowing that what you do is not just for today, what you do is beyond tomorrow. And you need to really pay the price. You need to pay the price. Know when to not take side hustles. Please. Know when you need to spend time with your friends, with your families, with your siblings, with everything. I know when to pay time for, in quotes, your side hustles. I'm not saying I'm endorsing it, right? But at the same time, know when to stop. When it is encroaching into every other areas of your life, know when to stop. Know when to say it is enough. This looks juicy. I'm not taking it again. This looks juicy, but it's affecting my health, it's affecting my mental health. This looks juicy, but I don't have time to relate with people. This looks juicy because it's affecting my physical health. So no matter how juicy it is, if your capacity is just to take 2 side hustles, don't do more than 2. So that you can have time to invest in every other area of your life. Before you close your eyes and open it, you are 40 years old. Yes. And people matter. So you don't lack people when you need them. But you won't get people if you don't invest in people. So know when to know what. For me, this is the side hustle for that I'm not being paid, but the side hustle because I had to leave my comfort zone to be here. Do you understand? I'm getting something out of it, which is meeting you. So know when it is not really in sync, when you are not growing in every other area of your life. When a side also become a god over your life, whereby aside your normal job and side also you don't have a life, then you need to stop and take a pause and reset, reboot, and delete certain things you need to delete.
Thank you for the insight. Okay, so do you have any question? Do you have any question?
I like Nigerians, we never question this.
Oh, are you listening? Okay, any other person?
Don't worry, for one person, the other people get inspiration. From experience, I got that.
Okay, I'm listening. Who else? Going. Okay. Name. Thank you for sharing this.
All right, so thank you for the session. So my question is, as somebody that is learning the technicalities of customer relationship management, sometimes it's just very dicey, you know. And one thing that I've also realized is that most companies that I have an opportunity to work with don't really use the technicalities in CRM.
Okay.
Why exactly are we learning? Of course, I understand why, right? But I've not been opportune to use these technical tools in most of the companies that I've worked with. Now, my question direct is, what would you suggest? You spoke about looking at the aftermath of whatever we are trying to build now, longevity. As somebody in CRM plus AI, what's the longevity in CRM and AI?
You know, that is the area that I can answer that last part. You are supposed to find your core yourself. Why? The why you're doing what you're going to do. So I'll say that why you think your technical skills are not needed or relevant or usable is because you have not found the right organization and needing sets of skills. Trust me. If you can't work in a company like KPMG, in McKinsey, in Coca-Cola, that they are not employing you for you have a beautiful face, They employ you for first of all, they employ you because you are the best of the best. Do you understand? So why you think you are getting the certifications and you are not using it because you are not yet in the right organization. When you are in the right place that requires dance skills, when you're in the right place that requires that skills, that technical skill, it will not feel like a burden any longer. You become an asset that is rare. So I'll say, don't give up, keep learning, keep being grounded, keep being very technical because a time will come. AI can do certain things, but won't do certain things. And that is what to set you apart. And finally, try to enter the right organization that needs that skill that you have. Imagine a place where I was sitting on the stool. Which technical thing they want to down with me? Do you understand? You are not yet in the right organization, that's why. You are in the right space. And I would say, how many people use LinkedIn aggressively here? If LinkedIn is your first social media platform, if you have to itemize, if LinkedIn is first for you, let me see your hand. 3 people. If it is second for you, let me see your hand. If it is third for you, let me see your hand. One. If it is fourth for you, let me see your hand. If it is fifth, if you don't use it at all, you don't know how to use it, let me see your hand. So 2 years ago, someone reached out to me, Bukola, please, if you have a LinkedIn account, let me see your hand. If you are signed into it, let me see your hand. Please go to your LinkedIn. Look for Bukola Eni. Find me, that's the picture I use. Look for Bukola Eni. This is not a LinkedIn training, Bukola come back home, but please look for it. I want to show you something. Are you on LinkedIn now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not telling you, I'm not saying you should follow or connect with me. Please scroll through my profile. Just scroll down. Can you see experience parts? Can you see education? You see that education? You see show all 5 education. Click on it.
That is feature.
No. Please come closer. Then just go down to the education, click on all. It will show you other parts of educational part of the licenses. Sorry, if you click on licenses, I think network is low. You see all the licenses, blah blah blah, like how. So if you click on projects, so who else likes my profile? Who likes my profile? No likes. Oh, no, raise it down with your two chest. Okay, so why do you like it? One after the other. I just think 2 volunteers because of time. One female, one male. Why do you like it? I want to leave it to talk. Victoria, why do you like it?
Okay, so I would say the way you listed out your educational background, your work experiences and all, it's like in order and it's fascinating.
Fascinating. Hold on to that word. I need one male volunteer. Don't let me point you. I know you, I want to point you, but please, you expect yourself, I just volunteer now. I'm not looking at me. Yeah, please, just, yes, save the representation. You said you liked it, so.
Okay, so I like the career that you can see.
Okay.
It's well tailored after the generation now.
Okay.
She shows that we really have the tools and That many improvements, especially the message was over time. I've seen Mastercard membership program that I'm like, what is restricts Mastercard?
Mastercard mentorship program. Okay, that's another story for another day. Okay, so if I'm to look, so what's the keyword for you? You said fascinating. What's the keyword for you? Organized. Yes, it's organized with growth strategy. If I look at a LinkedIn profile, will I be impressed? Please be honest. If I look at yours, I'll be impressed. One, who else? Yeah. Okay, so my point is that you have the skills, but the world do not know. And the world knows, but the wrong people know about it. You spend so much time on TikTok, so much time on Instagram. But the platform that will give you visibility for the right set of people to find your skills, only one will be. Yeah, are you there? Are you there on LinkedIn? Your profile, I checked it and mine, will people be impressed? I'm not judging you, I'm just this is a rhetorical question. Okay, that's good. That's good. So you need to do more, connect to the right set of people. I LinkedIn in my first place, not because of career, because it's staying. Anytime I go to X, I want to look for savage response from people and I just want to laugh at. I go to TikTok because I want to laugh. And because of I'm also a digital marketing person, I can't with them. Do you understand? Yeah. So again, it's about positioning. I hope one day I'll have opportunity to talk to you guys about the power of positioning. But that's not to go. The probably back is perfect. But let's see about the power of positioning, right? So again, positioning is important. So I think that was the question for us. So look for the right set of people, spend time on the right places. Some of these courses I did are free, some I paid in pounds. Yes, it's called delayed gratification. I'm paying it forward. So and some they are sponsored by organizations. So please be on the right platform, connect to the right set of people. That they'll tell you how to share. The organization looks for someone that is exceptionally skilled and has the technical skill in CRM. Your network will do powerful things for you. There are people, the current marketing director for Coca-Cola Nigeria. I met her on LinkedIn. I saw her profile, I saw what people have said about her. And I went to meet her on LinkedIn. I sent connection request, she accepted it. I sent her a DM on LinkedIn. Marketing director of Coca-Cola. Yes, ma'am. I told her everything I saw, I observed, I saw people have said and why I wanted to want her to mentor me. Yes, it took about the month for her to send me a phone number, but I kept on following him. Now you know inside the find with someone like that, if I send that kind of message and I need you to answer me, if I send that kind of message, it's that kind of message on SHs on Twitter or X, will she respond? Why? Do you understand? Again, all of this is linked to positioning. If I want to understand who you are, I'll just sometimes go through, especially your LinkedIn accounts for career-wise. And if it is, or if you have common sense, I want your ex, the way you comment on other people's posts. There is this techie leader that is now in trouble. That used to be in this stuff. Ripple effects. 13 years ago, he did silly things, catching crews. Not watching out. Do you understand? You have to be very intentional. You can't catch crews in the public. Catch crews in private. And make sure it's not recorded. When that time comes, Bukola says so it's your word against my own. But it's social media never forget. Oh, Please, you have to be very intentional. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Just to add to what she said about positioning, I remember when I was tired, and they had to, the job that I'm doing now, the person reached out to me on LinkedIn, just out of the blue. I was like, I even thought it was a scam. When he reached out to me, like, well, actually, are you open for this role? And I was like, okay, let me just attend the. I was tired. Then I was submitting CVs here and there, but when he reached out, it was just like a dream. So position, like you said, is very, very important. And across all the social media platforms. I'm sure people have gone through in my Instagram, go through my Facebook, all my angles. It's an international development firm, and they are very keen on who you are, your personality outside the organization. So your positioning is very, very important. Thank you very much for sharing. Let's see.
My question. So, I'm asking for a friend.
Is the friend here?
In tech, no, it's not here. So you mentioned that when you're talking about skills the other time. So I wanted to ask that are there like platforms for somebody in tech to learn relational skills, or like if they are like training centers like that comment, basically.
Okay, so thank you. That's very sad. That's very sad. 2 years ago, I reached out because okay, I attend a church that we have community groups, and we have community groups, and one way or the other, yeah, she made me leader in one of the community groups. Precisely digital tech community group, and that was how I found out a lot of things about thank people. And I wanted to start a page, in fact, not just a page, a platform, a an organization, not like NGO, but a whatever that I can specifically talk about how to gain power skills. When I power skills, there are soft skills, but I prefer power skills. And for reason of time in everything, someone that's supposed to support me on it was so busy and all now the whole thing's on hold for now. I would have if I had continued then maybe I would have referred you to that page, would have seen a lot of things I can read. So I won't there is no specific organization that will teach you power skills. And that was why I even wanted to start it then so that people actually take it can have a repository of a place they can go and you get different trainings, different videos on power skills. I think that will be from different dimensions of power skills. So there is no platform. I say there's a particular place to learn it in life. But again, you have to learn it in bits. You have to go and Google emotional intelligence, politics happen in the place of work. You have to learn it, you have to learn self motivation, self leadership, reading other people. We have to go in different places to get different things, right? And most of them are white people things. So sometimes their reality is not our reality. In fact, not sometimes all the time, their reality is not our reality. But, but maybe it's time for me to resurrect that dream, but I'm overwhelmed at the moment. And the people that are supposed to support me are just having excuse. Not excuse, they have reasons, it's genuine reasons. So. Anyway, so that's what type of friend has to do. Scatter it all over the place and then what he needs to do. And hopefully, if I can do something about it, yeah. I think that's the last question. Yes. One more person. I mentioned something about yes.
I've actually worked in a key the organization growing up.
Okay.
So in the past.
Okay.
But then it has actually been topic not with different examples.
Okay.
So how do I keep up such relationships? Not like the bosses are not like that bad, but then the workers like my colleagues are like maybe they're just not they're not it exactly because
What if I got it?
like they are taught to really calculate.
What do you mean by thought? What did you do?
Okay, so like
I've been in a general environment. I'm always like, I have to feel like they won't controlling them to do some certain things. And it's like I
They're not controlling your direction.
have things to the work. So it's like as if I'm just controlling them. That's how they see it. So it's draining me mentally. So they say I have to just like leave the organization. So when I leave, I just log them out. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Okay. From my personal experience, failure has always to my heart but not in your context. Yeah. Okay, I mentioned that I worked in a school as a PA and I came back. Did you think it didn't hurt me? It did. And I give you an example. As a teacher, it was paying me less than 20K. The graduates, the BSc holder, the second class upper. Mhm. It was paying me less than 20K. And he said that I will be collecting money for lesson. Our child, they are supposed to pay, is it 1,000 or 2,000? I can't remember. So I have about maybe 12, 13 children in my class. Out of this is 1,000 per child. Out of 1,000, we'll tell you he owns 300 out of your 1,000 because you are using the school and he owns 700 naira. So, and the way he collects his money is that from every month, he deducts his own share from your salary. So you have to be the one to pull up to the parents to make sure they pay their lesson fee. I one day while I was following up with them, one day the teacher came, a parent came, I went to meet the principal. That have your teacher be stressing my son, my daughter on lesson fee. Yeah, I'm not a poor person. I can afford it. I'll pay your teacher not to we're just saying all sort of things. This man, you know what he did? He does. He's into recycling. So he has, for lack of better word, about his that go around the street picking plastic. When he bring the plastic, he has a meal table. They will sell those plastic sharp to the likes of like a cereal and food and recycle or whatever reason. He came to school and reported he was angry, and the principal, my namesake, the man, called into his office and said to him, "Father, send you Jesus and something. That disturb you for lesson fee, that disturb you for lesson fee, that frustrate you, can you do that?" And the child's parents was like, "Hey, imagine who are you? You are not better than people that are working for me." Eh? Yes, ma'am. Remember I tell you what he does, right? Say I'm not better than people that that is working for you. Blah 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 blah. She said, "Oh, and my supposed boss was having fire. I left that office in chills. Him. I said, God, this is nonsense." He came back to apologize. I mean, him in principal, but it's not like that. You know, parents, they are very delicate. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, you sold me as you threw me under the bus. When you collect your own money for lesson, if you stop my salary before I collect it. So whether I collect it back or not is none of your business. And that's when most private schools will continue to fail. Not because the system is failing them, but because of their wickedness. And that was it. And I prayed about it. I said, "God, I can't continue. This is I report to God a lot, but not a bad way, but I report to the big things, what you choose to do. If I remember the time, I will add the time to it. I will mention your name. If I know your last name, I say, God, so messy, so thing. I felt bad. We did this, and I prayed about it. And that was how Facebook opportunity came, and I left the school. Now, this man, I said after I left, I went back, I can never go back to the first. If I'm going back, I'm going back to private school. Is that I just left relationship open because the time will come. Either it was nationals that were working. My experience in working in private schools in America, so they will need someone that works with either to as a reference or something. So I left that relationship. The second one was, since this is the last question, because this is very delicate, please, and you have to be careful in managing it. The second one is my immediate past employer, Business for Netherlands. Because I was doing my MBA, blah blah blah, they are paying for MBA, the bad blood of I was living and blah 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 blah. I don't want to go into details. And they made sure they wanted to frustrate me. Certain person is certain very frustrated position, make sure it will frustrate me so I can be angry, so I can say I won't complete the NPA, so I can blah blah blah. And I said, God, will you give me the grace and patience to manage this person. I left though, and I tried. Even 3 4 months after I left, there was still that bad blood. Him, not like him, being angry. But guess what? When I went back to Business Netherlands for my MBA defense, this same man, before I opened my mouth, when I came in as next person, he said, Bukola is the next person talking. Bukola is a very hardworking person. Bukola is this, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's focused. We all know her now. She used to work here. And I know today she will surprise us. She will deliver excellently. This same man. Imagine if when he was doing those things, I also gave him body eating. And I got complete my MBA, That MBA cost me 5 million naira. 5 million naira down the drain. And that means that even after MBA, I can still go back to same process as things. The person that went in after me that is still a current employee in the organization did his own presentation and the don't complain that his presentation was terrible. Maybe not because me I said something way better than it. Maybe because the CEO himself already called me to say good things about me. Emotionally and psychologically, he has poured water in front of me. Do you understand? I imagine if I didn't manage that relationship. And this man is connected and grounded. So I'll say that truly there are some toxic relationships that shouldn't be resurrected because they are no longer in your next phase of life. They are no longer in this season. And maybe you might never need them in the next season. But the ones you know by God's grace, you will know which ones you keep. Please keep them, no matter how toxic. It might not be very close, but at arm's length, that if you tell them I've been here, they will say, are you alright? Do you understand? So just know how to balance them. Whether they are your bosses or they are employees, don't worry about. Whether they are your bosses or they are fellow employees. Even fellow employee can make or marry them. When they sent in a reference from my new job to my previous organization, it was an employee like me that saw it and sent it to the right person. Imagine if there was bad blood. Person could just reply the email by themselves. Do not employ a bad person. Yes. So employees too. PA, don't overlook PAs. Security, everybody can tell, right? So we try to find a way to manage it. Do the one that they are toxic not because of mistake, they are toxic because it's their personality to be toxic and mean. Those people don't find them, just say them for their calling. And there are some people that just have to keep the relationship with. I hope it answers your question.
Wow, that was really, really an insightful question. And a round of applause for Bukola Fintal. Thank you for taking your attention. Thank you.
All right. Once again, thank you so much, Ola Digitals, for your time. And to everyone here, thank you so much for your time. It's such a wonderful thing. It's something Valentine's with you. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And thank you for being here. And we're going to see you when we see you. Thank you.
So if you want to meet Bukola, you're still around more.
If you want me to go.
Not to like Twitter or personal greetings, maybe you have a question, she's still around for it. So we are done though. We are done. Alright, sorry. I'll go back now for the photographer.
Hey, what else?
It's talking now. Let's go on.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, everyone.
Yes, everyone. It's my birthday.